The Knicks have lost 2 of their last 3, 6-12 on the year. It's now time for your McDonald's I'm loving it starting lineups. And the Knicks with some changes. Larry Brown really does shake up his lineup from time to time. Trevor Ariza, who had a 21-point game against the Suns last year, along with Arizona star Channing Frye in the starting lineup. Eddie Curry, Stephon Marbury, and Nate Robinson. Larry Brown, 65 years old in his first year, led the Pistons to the NBA Finals in the last 2 seasons, winning it all in 2004. The Suns come in here 12-5. They've won 7 straight at home. And their lineup, very familiar. Diaw, along with Marion, Thomas, Raja Bell, and Steve Nash, who's playing maybe even better than he did in his MVP year. Mike seeking the 9th straight win overall. They won 11 in a row last season. 12 of the first 16 games have been at home this year, and they've gone 8-4. Let's take a look now at what's at stake. If the Suns would win tonight, they would move into a first-place tie with the Clippers, who they play tomorrow night. Golden State, who they were able to beat Wednesday, has now dropped behind the Suns a full game. The Lakers and Sacramento down at the bottom. So basically, the Pacific Division's kind of turned upside down. It's the Kia keys to the game. Kia Motors, the power to surprise. And with the keys, here's Thunder Dan.
Gary, thanks so much for asking. It's a beautiful night here. Friday night, America West Arena. New York Knicks are in town. And the keys to the game, as usual for the Suns, they want to keep the tempo up. They want to run this team, keep up the pace. They want to limit their fouls. This is a New York team that goes to the line on the average of 31 times a night, and that'll slow down the game. They want to limit them from getting to the free throw line, and they got to watch their bigs ducking in. They do a good job of running the floor, getting position down low. Point guard Steph and Nate Robinson try to find them, so the Suns want to limit those easy baskets, but the Knicks are going to try to slow this game down. Of course, the Suns want to get out, run, and push the tempo.
And the Suns swept the Knicks last year, scored a season-high 133 points in Madison Square Garden. So they're going for their 4th straight win. It was the first time they had swept the Knicks since 95 and 96. And this Knicks team, there's a buzz around New York with Larry Brown now taking over as the head coach. And Larry Brown, a guy who will someday be in every Hall of Fame you can mention. His 8th stop in the NBA, 33 years of coaching, and the retro uniforms are in effect. And I'm telling you, Dan, I always liked these uniforms the best of any the Suns ever had.
Well, I said that in the pregame. I think these are the best looking uniforms in the league by far. I had a chance to wear them again last year in the All-Star game in that shootout, and I had so many compliments on the way those jerseys look. And it's just a real simple design, but just a great looking uniform, and I'm glad they brought them back. Now those warm-ups, those are really old.
Yeah. How far did they go back?
I don't know. I never saw those. And I'm old.
Well, I won't go that far. Now,
not as old as you are.
Yeah, I know that. Well, nobody. Kurt Thomas, by the way, this is a big game for him, playing against his former team, his teammates. And last year, you can see it dumping in low to Kurt. And Kurt's playing very well now for the Suns. The guy who's rebounding so well and also starting to score has found a rhythm in Phoenix, and you just wonder what's going through his mind tonight at the start of this game.
Well, he said he's going to have to kind of tone down his approach tonight, because he's obviously very excited. And anytime you play against your former team, you always want to come out and play well. But he's got to be so happy to be here, be a part of a great organization, a team that's winning every night, a chance to win a championship and playing such a prominent role. And he started off struggling a little bit, but has found his niche here with his rebounding, his defensive toughness, and doing those little things that allowed him to, all of a sudden, his shot is starting to fall a little bit, which is a bonus for the Suns.
You saw the trade that took place that sent Kurt here. Quentin Richardson is not here tonight, and tragically, he is in Chicago. He lost a brother in a shooting by robbers, and he is there trying to be a support to his family. So Q is not here, and Nate Robinson, the other part of that trade, the rookie from Washington, is not starting, but we will see him a lot as this game wears on. So ready to roll now. Eddie Curry, who came over from the Chicago Bulls, and he's been a welcome addition to this team. In fact, I think the Bulls have really missed him. I mean, they're not the same team. They're 9-8 at the start of the night. There's a sign and trade deal. He signed a 6-year, $60 million deal coming right out of high school. out of Illinois. And he will go up at center circle, and he'll be opposed by Kurt Thomas as it's retro night, and the Suns trying to keep it going here before they go on the road to play the Clippers tomorrow night and then return Monday to play the New Orleans, Oklahoma City Hornets. Jack Neese, Derek Richardson, and Ed Malloy, they are the three officials in charge of this game. As we got a little bit of a hold up here for the start of this game, as the Suns, a team that is surprising everyone, the hottest team in the NBA.
Not me, Gary.
Not you. I got to admit it, Dan. You said early this team could be better than last year. So we'll see.
We'll see. Big game here, though. Obviously, playing the Clippers tomorrow night. The Suns want to keep that momentum going. They're starting to dominate here on their home floor, and this is another team that they should beat. So they want to come out, play extremely hard here in the first quarter, get that momentum going, and then go into the clip joint.
And here's Roger Bell. Roger Bell has been shooting very well, gets it off to Nash. Nash, in the estimation of Mike D'Antoni's, just been ridiculous the way he's been playing. Rebound comes off to Robinson. He'll hand it off to Marbury. Marbury will bring the ball up the floor, but in effect, as a shooting guard, they'll have Nate Robinson, the rookie, out of Washington, running a lot of the point guard. In it comes now to Curry, the big body inside, and the rebound fought for, and Bell's able to track it down.
And that's where Kurt Thomas has brought some toughness to this team. They're no longer double-teaming the post. Curry's got so much more size and weight on Kurt, but Kurt's so strong down there, just made him take a tough shot, and they were able to get the rebound.
He missed the shot, but you see the pick he set on Nate Robinson. He about jarred his teeth loose as it comes out now to Ariza. Ariza's a second-year man from UCLA. Had a big game against the Suns last year. Career-high 21 points. He'll shoot a 2 and bury it. 2-0. New York with the early lead. The Knicks last played the Clippers on Wednesday, losing that ball game. Also able to beat the Sonics on Tuesday on back-to-back games. Diaw brings it off now to Roger Bell. The three by Bell is there. And Bell trailed down the three-point zone. Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Phoenix Suns charities.
You can really see Roger's confidence as soon as he gets an open look, he's going to let it go, and he's going to shoot the ball extremely well here as of late.
Averaged 20 points the last 2 games. There's Channing Frye, the rookie sensation, the rookie of the month for November in the Eastern Conference. Here is Marbury going in, and he's knocked off course, and that's hard to do as big and strong as he is. And the foul will go against Sean Marion.
You're right, Gary. That's Stefan's game. Very strong. Probably the strongest point guard in the league, and so quick getting to the basket. And once he gets in there, usually just covers up that ball and just uses that strength and gets to the basket. And this is a guy who gets to the free throw line a number of times. That's the 140th free throw attempt already in this season, and the guy just is a very strong physical player.
And a few boo-birds out as Marbury takes the first free throw. In the games he's played against the Suns since being traded over, he's averaged 23.5. This year he's averaging just under 18 points a game, has a high of 35, and he rattles it in, and the Knicks retake the lead. Steve Nash. Nash just sensational, averaging 21 points and 10 assists in this 8-game winning streak, shooting 56% for the field. He's doing it all. So creative, even more so maybe than a year ago. And he has really adapted to this new team. Dumps it inside a Diaw. Nice move up, can't get it. Follows his own, puts it up and in.
Great job by Diaw. Had Stephon Marbury on him, sealed him. Nash with a great bounce pass. Missed the first shot, was able to get in and get that offensive rebound.
How about Boris Diaw coming off of a double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds. He had 13 assists earlier, a career high. Curry leaves it short. Thomas brings down the rebound. Here comes Nash. Nash quickly down the middle. Trying to create, ball deflected out by New York Suns ball.
Just a point on those free throws. I said Stefan's been at the free throw line 141 times. The top for the Suns, both Marion and Nash have been there 70 times. So Stefan doubling the production getting the line, so you know he's going to continue to try to take the ball to the basket.
Marion able to hit it too. That's where they miss Amari, Dan, is he was at the free throw line. He was their leading free throw shooter a year ago. 7-4, the Suns with the early lead. You can see the Suns shooting 50%. Knicks 1 of 4. Here's Robinson, 2-time All Pac-10 performer. Dumps it in now. And Curry can't get the shot to go. And coming up with this Robinson. Robinson is lightning quick. He's only 5'9", but he's a fan favorite. And of course, he was a first-round pick of the Suns and winning that trade for Kurt Thomas. Channing Frye, the 8th pick in the draft, hands it off now to Marbury. 8 on the shot clock. Frye averaging 15 points a game. Second among all rookies. Can't get it. Rebound is cleared by Thomas. And here they come now to Diaw. Knicks trying to get back. Diaw brings it out. They swing it nicely. Good spacing again for the Suns. Roger Bell with the 2. And the rebound cleared by Curry. Eddie Curry's lost some weight. He's still a little bit hefty, but they've been working with him, trying to get his weight down. At one time, lost 30 pounds. Marbury misses from outside. Nash comes down to the rebound. Right now, 1 of 7. The Knicks from the field. The floater by Marion, and tries to follow tip. It'll be off a shot.
Well, the Suns continue to do a good job on the rebounding end as they're allowing the Knicks only 1 shot. And that's something that's been kind of Achilles heel of the Suns, is their offensive rebound. The other team's offensive rebounds, and since they've went to that just single coverage, they've done a good job of getting on the boards.
And Larry Brown has just called a 22nd timeout with 8:15 to go in this first quarter. So the Suns, very aggressive, and Brown tried to adjust a little bit. And Larry Brown, who I have the greatest admiration for, a guy who's been known to go so many places, make so many stops, but everywhere he's been a turnaround guy, an ultimate teacher. And he replaced Herb Williams, who was the interim coach who took over for Lenny Wilkins last year. And he's a Hall of Fame coach, and he gives this New York Knicks team instant credibility.
It does, and what a tough way to start, though. 14 of the first 20 games are on the road, and then after that they got 17 of 25 at the Garden. So you come into a new situation with some new players, and you play that many games on the road. It's hard for any team to get out there and win games.
Larry's telling me he's having health issues again. He's still having that problem with his bladder, and going to have it addressed again. He said last year a lot of people thought that I was not having those difficulties, but it's continued on and continues to plague him. And so before the game and visiting with him, he was a little concerned, distracted by it. Here's Ariza now with Marion coming out on him. Nate Robinson looking at him. Robinson looks smaller than 5'9", doesn't he?
He sure does. I mean, Nash dwarfs him, so you know he's not a very big guy. And they continue to go into Curry at the post. He's able to hit it, but Kurt Thomas doing a good job down there using his physicality and trying to make him take tough shots.
So Curry missed his first 3, now gets 1. 7-6 Suns with the lead. Inside intended for Thomas, a little too long. Diaw, who has been magnificent passing the ball. I mean, just in sensational fashion, averaging 6.5 assists a game. Start of the night, that's 15th in the league.
And that was a great pass by Diaw. Kurt Thomas just did a bad job of going to the basket, and he recognized it and told Boris that was my fault.
Roger Bell with the chore, trying to guard Stephon Marbury, and I can't think of anybody better to do it than Bell. Bell is really good defensively. Here's Curry backing in on Thomas, using the big body, and they're going to call the foul. It's just a muscle move that time by Eddie Curry.
Yeah, he just continually wants to get to that left shoulder, and Kurt's just going to have to, plant his feet, and one of these times maybe take a flop and fall down to get that charge as Curry just tries to displace him on the post, and that time reaches in and gets the foul. But that's just a tough cover there. That guy is so big and so strong. I know Kurt doesn't like to do it, but he may have to take a flop down there.
Curry, they list him at 285 pounds. He's 6'11", bounces it in. This guy was out of the lineup with a calf injury, and the Bulls have missed him. There's been a lot of written in Chicago that when they lost Eddie Curry, and the reason they didn't re-sign him, Eddie Curry had an irregular heartbeat, and there were some people talking about his career might be over, but for whatever reason, the Knicks were not concerned about it, and they elected to have a sign and trade. Here comes Robinson back the other way. Marbury lost the handle on the way up. Rebound is cleared by Diaw. And he carried the ball as he's trying to move up the floor, and that'll be the 3rd turnover against the Phoenix Suns.
Well, that time Stephon tried to draw the contact on Shawn Marion, tried to jump into him. Shawn doing a good job of controlling his body and didn't allow him to do it, and Stephon just lost handle of the ball.
One thing about this Knicks team, they've been taking care of the ball lately. You can see what you were talking about there, Dan. They were allowing themselves to turn the ball over 14 times the last 7 games. After having problems the first 11, you can see thus far they have not. And there's Robinson. He stepped out of bounds. That basket will not count.
Right on cue, they turn it over. And you're right, they have did a better job, but they're still last in the league in turnovers, almost averaging almost 18 a game.
Larry Brown will not put up with that very long. He has always been a guy whose teams play very resourcefully. They take care of the ball. They'll play good defense. Here's Nash with a 3, and he got it. And Nash Nash is proud to own the three-point zone. Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns Charities.
That's good. I think Steve's going to have to look for a shot a little bit more here this evening. The first couple times taking the basket, looked like he wanted to dish off to a couple of his teammates. Looks like he's going to get some open shots tonight.
Channing Frye can't get it to go. Ariza inside, tries to follow. He can't. It'll be off of the Knicks. Suns will get it. You know, we've talked about this before, Dan, but I want to talk about it again. You know, Steve Nash, I really believe, could average 25 points a game if he just wanted to shoot more. He is so unselfish, and he is shooting the ball so well. That ball deflected out. Now they're going to have a foul called inside. It's on Nate Robinson.
He's putting to rest some of the talk about, you know, MVP last year, Amari Stoudemire. Well, Amari's out. What can he do now? Well, he's showing the whole league what he can do without Amari Stoudemire. He's picked up his game and even to another level than last year, and even playing better now.
I think so, too. Here's Roger Bell from the baseline. Not there. Ariza had to go off his hands, but they say the Suns touched it last. Knicks ball at the 6:02 mark of this first quarter. Very low scoring first quarter. Suns are shooting 40%. Are you ready for this? The Knicks are shooting 18%. And Robinson goes in, reverses. Beautifully done. Nate Robinson, two-time All-Court. Is going to make a play at the other end. His shot, Marion explodes the other way.
Well, when you come in this building, you can't rest. You make a basket, you better get your butt back, or Sean Marion's going to run down that floor. And what a great pass by Steve Nash.
I guess so. All 5 of the Suns starters have now scored. Marion has just been sensationally playing at a high level. 13 double-doubles in 17 games. That basket is going to count by Ariza. A foul. We have a break in the action. 5:26 to go in the first quarter. We're tied at 12. Both teams kind of settling in.
Well, Robinson, a great athlete, even at his size, weighs it in, and they just kind of jog back, and the Matrix gets way above the rim and slams it down. The Suns are tied.
We are tied at 12. 5:26 to go in the first quarter. It's time for our Geico quote of the game. Geico Auto Insurance. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. The quote is from Kurt Thomas. When he was asked about playing with point guard Stephon Marbury of the Knicks, his response, "I enjoyed playing with Charlie Ward." We ask him today, what's the main difference between point guard Stephon Marbury and Steve Nash?
Two great players. I think the difference is one's an MVP and the other one's not. So when you're playing with a guy who's an MVP, who really looks forward to getting everyone involved, I think that's the difference there.
I don't think there's anybody in this league that doesn't want to play with Steve Nash. Now, Stephon Marbury is an immense talent. So strong, explosive, but still trying to learn to play that point guard position and distribute the ball.
Well, I agree. Stephon is a talent, a guy who can take over a game at any time with his scoring and his ability to move the ball and penetrate. But as a player, no question, you want to play with Steve Nash.
Steve Nash is like a lot of the great players. He makes everybody around him better. And Nash is the epitome of that. Nash now dumps it out to Thomas. James Jones has come to the ball game. Roger Bell from the corner. And the rebound. Thomas able to track it down.
Well, good ball movement by the Suns, but Channing Frye, using his height, got out there all the way out to Roger Bell, made him miss a shot, but Roger Bell comes right back and lets it go and nails it.
And he nails a three, and Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns Charities. 15-13. Roger Bell is really playing well, shooting 54% from the field in the last 2 games. He had hit 7 of 12 threes previous to tonight. Here's Marbury, and that's that sweet-looking shot by the guy who grew up in Brooklyn, New York, Abraham Lincoln High School. Roger Bell brings it out. Now James Jones from outside. He leads the Suns in threes made with 36. Off it comes now to Nash. Nash to Diaw. Diaw takes it into the hole. Left it short. Rebound by Curry. New York Knicks will come back the other way. Here's Robinson, the 21st pick in the draft for the Suns. Dumps it in now to Channing Frye. Frye, little jump hook, can't get it. Follows his own shot and stays with it. A lot of people feel this guy is a leading candidate for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, that's really not his game right now. He's more of a pick and pop, more like Kurt Thomas, step back and shoot it, but missed the layup and used the size there on Boris Diaw. Was able to get the offensive rebound and laid it in. So Boris has to do a better job of sealing off his man and not allowing those second opportunities. Here we see him down in the post, and Guess he's not real strong down there in the post yet as a young player, but throws it up off the rim and just eager to go get it. And that's what Lute Olson loves about this guy. Or not Lute Olson, but Brown.
Lute Olson did at one time.
And that's what Larry Brown said. Anytime you stay in college for 4 years and you're tutored by Lute Olson, that's the type of player. And not too many rookies get to play for a guy like Larry Brown, but obviously he loves Channing Frye.
And by the way, Lute Olson's in the game, and there's Marbury. That's almost a repeat of a moment ago, a replay, as now the biggest lead of the ball game for the Knicks. They lead at 19-15.
You can't let Stephon Marbury get comfortable coming off the screen and rolls. The big man's going to have to step up and get him out of his rhythm.
Boy, did Nash do a nice job there. He knew Curry was lurking, and he just put a little more arch on the ball and got it kissed off the glass and in. Beautifully done by Steve Nash. Marbury wanted to shoot it again, and this time he passes to Frye. Diaw jumped out on him, and he elected to pass in midair.
Well, great play by Stephon. Like I said, the big man did step out that time, and he found a cutting Frye for an easy basket.
Missing outside is Bell. Frye comes up with a rebound. Marbury, a two-time All-Star. He's played tonight in 264 consecutive games. That's the 5th longest streak in the NBA. Curry, little jump hook. I think Curry's getting a little tired out there.
Well, you get tired, too, with Kurt Thomas pushing around all the time. I mean, Kurt doesn't look all that big out there, but he's awfully strong.
Look at Nash, a long three, and Nash proud to own the three-point zone. And Fulton Holmes with another $150 to Suns Charities. The Suns now have hit 4 of 8. Timeout, Knicks, as the Suns have cut New York's lead to 21-20.
Nate Robinson looked over at Larry Brown and said, "What do you want me to do, Coach? I'm just a rookie. This guy's the MVP." So Larry Brown said, "You know what, let's take some time out, and I'll tell you, young man, how to guard it. First of all, don't go under."
Knicks up by 1, both teams shooting 42% from the field. This date in the NBA. Sponsored by Paddock Pools, Patios, and Spas. Experience the magic of Christmas now at all Paddock stores for all your holiday needs. The date, December 9th, 1993. KJ, Kevin Johnson of the Suns, became the 13th NBA player to record 10 steals in a game during the Suns' 114-95 win over visiting Washington. And there he is in the Ring of Honor, Kevin Johnson. Would they have been the Washington Bullets then? They would have been, wouldn't they?
They sure would have. Yes, the Bullets.
Let's look at this nice ad-lib by Marbury.
Well, the last time down, Steph came off that pick and nailed a jump shot. That time, Boris Diaw steps out, and Stephon, who gets knocked sometimes for not wanting to share the ball, which I don't exactly agree with, made a nice pass there, and the Suns from the weak side just a little bit too late. Channing Frye lays it in. And
number 10, Leandro Barbosa's missed the last 8 games with that left knee is in the game, and Marbury takes him to school right away. He gave Barbosa a hug, put his arm around him, and then just took him to the hole for a basket.
Yeah, didn't show him much love there. He tested that knee quick and went right by Leandro.
No question. Leandro has that sleeve on the left knee. Diaw has it batted away, and then it's going to be off of Boris. Now, Mike D'Antoni doesn't agree. Jack Neese says, nope, Knicks ball. And he is going to explain it now. You can see there he is. He puts his arm around him, then he goes out and burns it.
He says, when I get the ball, Leandro, I'm going to blow right by you. But I love you.
Here's Marbury again. Now, that's his spot. And I kind of sense, Dan, he's headed for one of those nights. And what I mean by that, this guy can score points in a hurry.
Yeah, and I think the Suns' game plan on this pick and roll to go underneath and make Stephon beat you from the outside. They don't want him to get to the free throw line, but that could be trouble if he gets hot from the outside.
They have 10 points out of him thus far. Marion trying to hit Barbosa baseline. It's going to take Barbosa a while, I'm sure, to settle back in. He practiced Monday, he practiced yesterday. He had a little pain in the knee, and he was questionable before the start of the game, but he's in there now, and he had been playing so well. As here is Frye going inside, and they're not going to count him. Wipe the basket off. As Larry Brown can't believe they're not going to allow it. He has got his hands in his pockets, and you can see he's not a happy camper right now.
Well, that's one of those moves. If you were a veteran or a guy that's been in the league a few years, you may have got away with it, but as a rookie, they call travel.
So the traveling gives it back to the Suns. In the corner, Eddie House, who just checked in. House has been averaging 15 points a game in the last 6 home games for the Suns. And now in the game is Jamal Crawford. This guy had a 31-point game against the Sonics on Tuesday. And it comes now to Frye, backing in on Marion. He's got it low. Double team coming from Jones. And we're going to have 3 seconds in the lane. Good defense.
Yeah, very good defense. Got the ball in the post. You can see he's not very comfortable down there and tried to do too much, and was just in the lane too long. He's got 3 seconds. Sean Marion doing a good job, and then you see James Jones come over and give him a little bit of help. 3 seconds.
Hey, how about that headband of Eddie House's? Is that retro too?
That's retro.
Okay. Diaw now brings it off to House. House lights it up. It's a 2. And fast becoming a real crowd favorite is Eddie House as he hits the 2 ball, and it's 25-22. So the Suns trying to keep this winning streak going, and the Knicks thus far a tough adversary.
As a New York Knick, you better not leave that guy open, especially here at the America West, since he's going to just light you up.
Marbury has lit the Suns up with 10 points thus far, 4 of 6 shooting. Jamal Crawford back to Marbury. I generally have Crawford and Marbury in the backfield. They have 2 guys who can score. Marbury moving in, showing his strength, and he is off to a big start here tonight.
And that's where he's most effective, using that strong body, getting into the lane, and very good at mid-range jump shots.
Skip pass to James Jones. Jones into the corner. Marion, 3, no. And the rebound by Fry. Marion to start of the night shooting 31% behind the line. Marbury into the offensive end. Here's Barbosa trying to track him. He's feeling it now, Dan. He is feeling it. He has 14 points in the game. Biggest lead, 7 for the Knicks as we come to the end of the first quarter of play.
Well, Stephon, one of those guys in this league, it gets it going, he's going to be hard to stop, and he's one of those guys that plays well against the Suns and loves this building. He's very comfortable here, and he's hit his first couple shots here in the first quarter, and now he's starting to feel it, and when he starts hitting this jump shot, could be a long night for the Suns.
Stephon Marbury has 14 of the Knicks, 29 points. Hey, coming up tonight, right after the game on your Arizona Sports Report, we'll give you some insight into Arizona State's bowl game against Rutgers. See how the Devils are preparing for the Knights. Plus, the Arizona basketball team is looking for answers as they get ready to host St. Mary's tomorrow. And we'll be on the court and in the locker room with all your Suns' reaction from this game against the Knicks. That's all right after the game with Bob Fasella and Sandy Williams on your Arizona Sports Report. Stephon Marbury is on a roll here early.
He is on a roll. He's one of those guys I said earlier could take over a game even at his size. And it's tough when he's coming off a pick and roll to hit that jump shot. Not considered a very great shooter, but one of those guys who's streaky. And then we all know what he can do when he takes it to the basket. So strong and handles the ball well. Here, just takes Eddie House off the dribble, uses that body, draws some contact, and pulls up for that little 14-footer. So Suns may have to change their philosophy on how they're going to guard Stephon here tonight.
Suns are only shooting 39%, and so they're off to a very slow start, getting only 22 points. And the Knicks coming in here shooting 52% in that first quarter. We have now Crawford in the backcourt along with Marbury. As also coming in for the first time in this game is Jackie Butler. He's number 45, a guy who played only 3 games for the Knicks last year. Then went to the CBA coming out of high school in Virginia Beach, Virginia. He's a big body guy, kind of a project. And Penny Hardaway's in the game, and he just threw it away. And Marion makes a pay.
Penny must have forgot he was on the Knicks team. Had a flashback thinking he was back with Phoenix. He threw that right to Sean Marion, who got a fast break layup. But Penny coming back to the Suns here in America West, and has played a little bit more of late for Larry Brown.
Yep, he's been out 15 games this season, but played in the last 3. They bring it out to Crawford, swinging around. Fry kicks it back to Jamal Crawford. Good ball movement. Marbury 3, shot clock winding down. Tipped out. House tries to come up with it, and here comes Marbury back the other way. Up it comes now to the big Jackie Butler, and he can't get it to go.
But Butler didn't do it.
29-24, House outside. Eddie House has been such an instant offense guy for the Suns. Marion misses. Suns are not shooting the ball all that well, and at the start of the night, they came in here 4th in the league, shooting 47% from the field.
No, they'll find it, though. They just got to continue to take the good shots.
Off it comes now to Penny Hardaway. Penny dumps it in. He's 35 years old now on the downside of his career. Butler baseline. I tell you, Butler hasn't played that much, but He's come in here, and it's typical Larry Brown. He'll mix and match. He'll have a lot of different guys in the game before it's over, and you can see the shooting thus far. The Knicks getting the better of it. And there's Marion Diaw trying to feed him backdoor the alley-oop, and Penny Hardaway comes the other way. Inside to Butler, and he's going to be fouled by Barbosa. And for the first time now, Malik Rose will check into the ball game for the Knicks.
Well, there's no surprise that the game plan here for the Knicks is every time down, if they don't got that first quick jumper, they're going right into the post of the big guys. And I talked about early in the game, Suns can't let their big guys step in and get those easy baskets, and that's exactly what those guys are doing. They're running down the middle of the floor trying to get position.
Okay, the Knicks, as you mentioned earlier, played a lot of games on the road. 12 games in November on the road. They have 12 points in the paint thus far. Marbury goes inside. Big, powerful move. He overshot it. And it'll be off for the Knicks. Suns ball. Coming in now will be Kurt Thomas for the Suns. And James Jones. Nope. It's going to be Diaw coming out of the lineup. Diaw will come out.
Stephon missed one of the easier shots he had tonight. He did a great job of getting to the basket, and like you said, just overshot it. Give a little bit of credit to Sean Marion, who tried to deflect the shot, but Stephon got all the way to the basket.
Eddie House into the offense. He'd been picked up by Crawford, who played 1 year at the University of Michigan. Is a prolific scorer, not known for his defense. Barbosa swings it out now to Marion. James Jones will three ball. Out there, and Crawford comes down to the rebound. Out to Marbury. Suns are now 4 of 12 behind the line. New York has attempted only one from behind the line. An offensive foul is going to go against Malik Rose.
Well, the Knicks are just trying to pack it in the paint right now and daring the Suns to beat it from the outside. And this team's too good of a shooting team to continue to stay cold. So can't get frustrated. Got to stay the course. And Malik Rose, I thought would be a good player for New York, and he struggled here at his time here in New York and hasn't got a whole lot of playing time.
No, he was always tough on the Suns when he played for the San Antonio Spurs. He won 2 championship rings with San Antonio. Out it comes to Barbosa, and Barbosa hits it. Maybe that'll get him going now. Barbosa with his first 2 points after missing 8 games. 31-26.
Really not Barbosa's forte coming off the screen and roll, especially being out so long, but looked really good on that shot.
Here's Nate Robinson outside, and the guy's able to hit it. He averaged a little over 16 points a game last year for the Washington Huskies.
How about Jamal Crawford and Nate Robinson playing on the same high school team?
Yeah. And out of Seattle, Rainier High School is where they played.
A pretty good team.
They played 1 year together.
Yeah. Crawford was a senior, and Nate was a freshman.
Let's look back at Barbosa's basket.
Yeah, that's really not, his game coming off the screen and roll, but just caught it, showed he still has the confidence, and let it go.
Here's House coming quickly in the inbounds. Follow-away jumper. He nails it. 33-28. House now with 4 points in the ball game.
How tall do you think Nate Robinson, when he was a freshman, how tall do you think he was?
I don't know. Probably 5'9". Probably hasn't grown since then. Out it comes now to Hardaway. Crawford from the corner. This guy can light it up, and he just hit a 3. Crawford is one of those guys who can really score points. Last year, I should say in 2004, he had a 50-point game for the Chicago Bulls. You can see now the 3-point shooting. Suns are not getting the ball to go outside, and we have a loose ball foul inside. So the Suns will take it side out, and we're going to take a break. 8:22 to go in the first half. Suns really having problems scoring points here tonight. 28 as we step aside. The Knicks trying to break their 8-game winning streak. 36-28. The Suns shooting only 43% in the second quarter. Now you have 100 million reasons to play Powerball. Saturday's Powerball jackpot, an estimated $100 million. Check for the winning numbers at ArizonaLottery.com. And now it's time for the Powerball Power Play. A little retro here with TC Tom Chambers.
Well, I was there at the Madhouse in McDowell. He just went up and up and up and never stopped using Mark Jackson as a catapult and head at the rim by Big Tom. That was one of the, probably the best dunk I've ever seen.
And, well, Kevin Johnson had a pretty good dunk one time. There is TC, and he'll be joining us at halftime along with Tom Leander. And so our Powerball Power Play going back a few years. We're retro night here tonight.
That dunk and Kevin Johnson's dunk on Akeem Olajuwon.
We have kind of a look at what could possibly happen this year for the Sixth Man of the Year award. And Eddie House is certainly in the running, along with Channing Frye, the rookie out of Arizona. And both of them different kind of players, but both of them contributing in their own way.
I can see Channing Frye starting a little bit more here as he continues to improve. And it's going to be hard to keep him on the bench.
Well, let him be Rookie of the Year, and then we'll give House Sixth Man of the Year. There's Thomas missing. Look at Robinson get out.
Yeah, this guy can really...
Whoa! I mean, he really shot up in the air for that rebound. Jamal Crawford, some stitches in his chin from the other night, beats Robinson, and Robinson on a play called after the timeout goes backdoor, and the biggest lead of the game now for the Knicks. Are up by 10. Robinson with 6 points.
You're exactly right. A set play there, ran a backdoor, and nobody picked him up, and he was upset he couldn't dunk that one, but he jumps like a young Gary Bender out.
I know, it's retro night. That's the way I used to jump. Butler comes down to the rebound, and the Suns now shooting 37.5 for the game and down by 10. And this is one of those nights they're trying to manufacture some offense, and that's going to be a travel against Malik Rose. That'll be 6 turnovers against the Knicks. Go to the play after the timeout to Robinson.
Yeah, this is set plays. They get a back pick on Eddie House, and nobody back there to pick him up, and Robinson just catches it and lays it up with the left hand, and this is an impressive-looking athlete.
And it's Steve Nash time as Mike D'Antoni can't wait any longer. He gets Nash back into the ball game. 7:24 to go in the first half. Suns need something to get him going. Here's Marion. That's going to be short. Rebound is cleared by Butler. And the Suns are really stagnant right now. This is very uncharacteristic of them.
The Knicks are really controlling the tempo every time down. They're slowing it down and just banging the ball inside to the post of the big man. And they're going to get there how long. So the Suns are going to have to find a way to get some stops and pick up the tempo of this game.
Rose inside. Now a 12-point lead. They've been out-rebounded in this game, 19-10 to Thomas. That was a kind of an awkward-looking handoff from Nash to Thomas, but it worked.
Well, as a Suns player, you see Steve Nash get in the middle. You just got to find an avenue and get open. You know he's going to find you.
Suns 4 of 11, the Knicks 5 of 8 in the second quarter from outside. Crawford, long 3-shot, and a loose ball foul. And Rose is not a happy camper. Seemingly, he thinks everything's against him. He's had 2 fouls now. Boris Diaw is going to come back into the ballgame. Barbosa will lead. Dan, I think Barbosa didn't have the quickness and speed that we're used to seeing. He's still trying to come back from that knee.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was 100% out there. It didn't look like he didn't have the explosiveness. You don't want him out there before he's ready. That's for sure.
There's Nash down to the corner to Marion. 6.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Roger Bell clears and hits. Roger Bell, who's known for his defense, but he has been a very solid offensive player. He's had 2 20-plus point games. Timeout. Larry Brown is not going to waste a lot of time. And so with 6:14, he calls for a break in the action. 40-32. The Suns will trail by as many as 12. Come back within 8 as Bell able to stick it.
Yeah, Larry Brown says that's not the way I drew up that pick-and-roll defense. Wants to keep this crowd out of it. Calls an immediate timeout. The Suns trying to get back in it.
Suns find themselves down 40-32. 6:14 to go in the first half. We have the Dancing Dads out here for a while, and they're vastly improved. And that gives us a transition into the annual Dasani Suns Dance Team poster. Will be distributed to the first 7,500 fans of the Suns game on Monday, December 12th against the New Orleans, Oklahoma City Hornets. In addition, the dance team will be autographing the posters in the Casino Arizona Pavilion at America West Arena from 5:30 p.m. to 6:45. For tickets, call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or visit suns.com. So the Suns have, in this second quarter, not gotten to the free throw line at all. The Knicks are 5 of 5, and what you see is New York, as Dan mentioned it earlier, dictating the tempo in this game, trying to get physical with the Suns as it comes out now to Hardaway. Backdoor, intended for Curry. He can't corral it. The turnover goes against the Knicks, and here comes Nash the other way. Nash to Thomas, 15-footer, no. Some of those shots just not going tonight for the Suns.
They're not. I mean, they're getting good looks at them. They're just not able to hit them. And this is a Knicks team that's going to keep coming at you as their benches outscored their opponents 16 of the last 18 games. And they average over 42 points a game and only give up 21. So this is a Knicks bench that's pretty good.
42.4 to back up what you were talking about, Dan. And there's another turnover. Suns, I don't know if you would say they're not sharp from the standpoint of emotionally in this game, or whether you got to give the Knicks some credit, but they just are not looking like the Suns team that has won 8 games in a row. As we're going to have a foul on Thomas, and they're going to take it side out, and that against the Suns will be their second team foul.
Just hard time finding any kind of rhythm when you're not making your shots, and the Knicks on the offensive end really controlling the tempo. It's hard to get it going.
Marbury feeds it to Rose. He goes in deep. And Curry, the big body guy, is going to be fouled.
And they're just using his body. Gary just sealing off the defender, and a good pass by Hardaway to get it over, and weak side comes over and fouls him.
You know, you look at the Knicks record, they're 6-12, but they played only 6 games at home, and they've had 7 games decided by 6 points or less, and they're 2-5 in those, 1-1 in overtime, so that record could be very deceiving.
Yeah, I saw it, and I think the only team that's better than that is the Lakers as far as close games like that. So the Knicks have been in a lot of games, and it's hard to win in this league on the road. And you go out, and how many teams do you know are going to go out and have your West Coast trip is going to be done? Both of them after this West Coast trip.
Yeah,
so.
I know it. And now the Suns are going to have to get ready to go on the road as they have played 12 of their first 16 at home. Here's Marion floating inside, uses the glass, can't get it, follows his own, and has it deflected out to Penny Hardaway. Suns now have turned it over 7 times tonight. Off it comes to Crawford. Malik Rose. Rose backing in on Diaw. Lost the handle. It'll be off of Malik. Ariza will come back in. Fry will come back in for the Knicks. Hardaway's going to check out along with Malik Rose.
This might be one of those games where Steve Nash is going to have to be not as selfish. That time I thought he could have took it all the way to the basket and laid it in. He continues to try to find Sean and those guys trying to get them off, but Steve has shot the ball well early. He may have to look to score more. Yeah,
he's 3 of 4. Marion's 3 of 9. You can see in the quarter what the Suns are doing. And you called it. You called it all the way, Coach. I'll tell you what, Nash now 4 of 5. He senses things like that so well. Marbury, that's been his spot. Not this time. And we're going to have a rebound cleared by Ariza. Ariza's going to be called for the foul as he and Marion went up to try to collect the rebound. It'll go side out to the Suns.
I'm telling you, Thomas and Curry are really battling down there on the boards, and that time just Ariza getting over and going over the top of Sean Marion.
So Ariza picking up the foul, and that will be his first. There's Nash now trying to create, goes inside. He may have had a shot there. Got it to Diaw. Diaw has a deflected. Suns save it. 10 on the shot clock. Marion from outside won't get it. But I don't know about you, but I thought Nash maybe could have continued that drive and shot the ball.
I agree with you. He's so good down there, especially with the left hand. It just looks like he's trying to get everybody involved. And this is one of those games where it isn't going, and Steve's going to have to take over in the scoring end.
Yep, and Amari and company got to be a little concerned. Suns are not shooting the 3 ball. They're 4 of 14. When they are shooting it well from behind the line, everything changes. Well, tonight, thus far, it hasn't happened. From outside now, Channing Frye. Rebound by Kurt Thomas. Thomas now with 4 rebounds. Nash handing off to Roger Bell. 3:48 to go in this first half. Diaw going in. Hands up. And Marion with a difficult reverse, and they say he stepped out of bounds.
Well, good job by Boris of getting him the basketball. Sean with a terrific cut, just happened to step on the baseline.
So that will be turnover number 8. And here comes Marbury, the leading scorer in the ball game with 14 points. Brings it out now to Fry. Fry double pumping. This is where you talked about him being more comfortable shooting outside. Rebound by Thomas again. Suns trying to up-tempo a little bit. Get it into Diaw. Crowd urging him on now. Nash reloads it into Diaw with 14 on the shot clock. The Bell open, 3 ball, no. Diaw tries to come up with a rebound, off it comes to Crawford. Deflected out by Nash. Well, maybe, Dan, it's a retro uniforms. Maybe the Suns have to go back in and put on their uniforms.
When we wore those uniforms, we scored a lot of points, brother.
Well, but
it ain't the uniforms.
If you weren't right now in a cast, maybe we could put you back out there and put you in a retro uniform. Load this thing up, get somebody to shoot the threes.
Right.
But you're playing hurt now, and you're playing hurt very well, I might add. Here's Marbury going in the left hand, and he got it to roll. Boy, is he strong. Here's a good example. He was knocked off course, still had enough strength with that left hand.
Well, that's impressive, showing the strength there as he gets into the lane and just covers that ball up and just absorbs the contact and throws it up with the left hand and gets the friendly roll.
So the foul will go on Kurt Thomas, and that's 3 on Thomas now. Hey, come explore the new Verizon Wireless Jungle on level 4 of America West Arena at all Suns home games. Tons of fun for the kids and adults alike, including Dan Marley. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you. Can't complete the three-point play as Marbury misses the free throw. Back to a 10-point lead now for the Knicks. Here's Diaw. This time it goes. He got it off the glass. Curry was collapsing over there, couldn't get there in time.
And that's just how quick Boris is. They didn't even come out to guard that jump shot. He still was able to put it down to his right hand and get by everybody and lay it in.
And we're going to have an offensive foul against the Knicks. And it's going to go against Ariza. And we're going to have, at the 2:39 mark, a break in the action. 44-36. The Suns struggling, and when you win a lot of games in a row, sometimes you got to fight through these kind of affairs, and right now it's been difficult, but a nice move by Diaw, maybe that'll get him going. Well, the Suns are struggling. They've scored only 14 points in this quarter, down 44-36. It's time to key a watch and win. Log on to Suns.com after the game and fill out the online entry form with tonight's leading scorer, and you can win an authentic Suns jersey autographed by the NBA's MVP, Steve Nash. Plus, each of our winners this season will be entered into a drawing to win a new Kia Sportage, a versatile SUV with 6 airbags, traction control, and available V6 engine. Kia, the power to surprise. Log on to Suns.com for your chance to win tonight. Well, this is a position the Suns haven't been in much this year. They're 0 for 4 in three-point shooting in this quarter. They have hit only 4 of 14. They scored only 14 points in the quarter. You're going to have to fight through it. 2.5 minutes to go left in the first half. Nash, beautiful two-man game with Diaw.
Well, just a beautiful pass. I mean, coming off there and a bullet bounce pass to Diaw. All he had to do was catch it and lay it in.
So the Suns have cut it to 44-38. Crawford outside, brings it out to Marbury. Roger Bell extends the defense on him. Got to do it with Crawford. Both these guys on limited range. Into Curry. Can't find the handle. Suns come the other way. Nash to Marion. Marion inside, blocked by Channing Frye. And Lute Olson is smiling on the sideline. His former Arizona Wildcat made a heck of a play.
Yeah, you got to love the rookie getting back on defense. Sean, good job on the defensive end of stealing that ball. And usually when he does that, he's going to get a wide open layup. But Channing Frye hustles back and gets the block.
Look at this. Fewest free throws in a half. None. Can you believe that? I mean, that was something you talked about in the game, is don't get the Knicks to the line. Well, the Suns would like to get to the line once in a while, wouldn't they? They have not been there.
Yeah.
Makes a huge difference. Up it comes to Diaw again. Kicks it out. Eddie House, 3-ball. Count it! House, crowd on the three-point zone, and Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns charities, and all of a sudden they're within 3.
Good unselfish play by Roger Bell. Actually turned down a wide open jumper, gave it to the hot house.
And so the Suns with 5 hits now behind the line, and that's a big one. Curry trying to post up inside against Diaw. That big body backs into Boris, and a charging foul on Curry, and Diaw did a nice job that time.
And that's what you have to do. If they're going to go down there and try to use that size and just bully you, sometimes you're going to have to take that flop, and Diaw is exactly what he did.
Curry's going to come out of the game now. Malik Rose will check in.
Diaw just holding his ground, and Curry just trying to use that muscle and force his way to the basket. Offensive foul.
That was the second foul on Curry. The Suns now to tie with a 3. Nash going in against Nash Robinson. And we're going to have a foul on Robinson, who kind of raked his arm across Steve Nash, who reversed on him. And so, Suns will take its side out. They still will not go to the free throw line, as against the Knicks, that's a 14th foul. Crawford harassing Roger Bell, who brings it in. Less than a minute to go here in the first half. Nash shakes Robinson. Marion thought about it from outside. Gets it to the flamethrower. He brings it off to Nash. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. House is a 2. That is a 2. He stepped on the line, but he has cut it to 1.
Well, shot clock running down. Steve Nash knew exactly who to give it to. Found House, and then Stephon Marbury tries to take it to the basket. Raja Bell takes the charge.
And the Suns now in the last 5.5 minutes have outscored the Knicks 11-2. And with a chance to take the lead. 44-43. Suns all of a sudden have jump-started their offense. Nash, 3, count it! And Nash proud to own the three-point zone. Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns charities, and all of a sudden the Suns have the lead.
Oh, taking advantage of what the defense gives you. That time they go underneath on the pick and roll. Steve Nash nails a 3, very timely.
And the crowd is on their feet. Marbury into the corner to Crawford, a 3-ball. Back tap comes out. Here comes House. It'll count if it goes, and it almost did. What a finish to the first half.
You know, it wasn't pretty there in the first half, but the Suns came on strong, led by Steve Nash, and the fireballer Eddie House comes off the bench and does what he does best and lets it and gets it going here for the America West fans.
And the Suns outscore the Knicks in the quarter, 24-15. The Knicks scored only 2 points in the last 6:14 of that quarter.
Good defense by the Suns, and then Steve Nash finds the hot guy in House with the shot clock running down. And then Nash, you know what, Eddie? Let me do this one. Nate Robinson goes under. Come on, Rook! Not Nat, MVP!
Suns with the lead. Tom at half. At the break, the Suns up by 2 with Thunder Dan Marley. I'm Gary Bender. The Suns were kind of just laboring there for a while. Didn't look like things were going to get going, and then on a run of 16-4 at the end of the first half.
Well, the battle of the point guards. Stephon Marbury, 16 points. Steve Nash, 13 points. Both guys shooting extremely well. Suns aren't able to get the free throw line. Not once. Taking 18 threes when they usually take about 24 games. So New York doing a good job of packing it in. And Suns just going to have to hit some shots or be more physical, try to get to the line. But our guy, Eddie House.
Eddie House, and how about Nash? Nash as well. And it's time now to check the Jack in the Box inside the box score. We don't make it till you order it. You can see the Suns not shooting up to what they usually have. 3-point shots, that has deserted them. Free throws, as Dan mentioned, they haven't been there. Early in the game, they were way down by 10 rebounds. They fought back a little bit.
Well, you know, the fast break points you see, the Suns only have 7. That's due to the Knicks really slowing down the game. They're going in, they're getting into the post every time, playing inside out. Rebounding-wise, the Knicks doing a good job, obviously, but the free throws, they got to the line early. The Suns did a good job of stop fouling, and then we've seen this before, but Eddie House really came off the bench and delivered a spark. Had 9 points for the Phoenix and got this crowd into it, hit a few big shots. We're kind of getting used to this at America West Arena. He just needs a little bit of room. He catches it, and there's no doubt he's going to let it go. And good pass there by Raja. And pretty much House brought this crowd back on his feet and got Phoenix back into the game and got him up by 2 points.
A point a minute, man. 9 points in 9 minutes for Eddie House. So the Suns finished with a flurry. They had scored in the first 9 minutes and 21 seconds to gain 14 points, and then the last 2.5 minutes plus, they scored 10 to show you how this game had turned around for them. They trailed by as many as 12 in the first half. Checking the lineups now, both teams coming back with the 5s that opened the ball game. Marbury, who led them with 16 points in the first half, dumps it into Channing Frye. Up and under move, nicely done. Pretty good defense that time by Boris Diaw, but it didn't stop the rookie.
Very good. Good poise for a rookie to see why the Knicks really like this guy. Got a good touch from the outside there, just took his time and made a nice move in the post.
We're tied at 46, the 6th tie of the night. Diaw now brings it out to Nash. Nash with 13 points, 5 assists in the ball game. Foul away, and Steve not able to get it. Thomas tried to fight for it. Curry tips it over to Channing Frye. And again, the Knicks, every chance they get, Dan, trying to slow it down a little bit, make it a half-court game, get the tempo to their liking.
Yeah, they don't want any part of that running game, and they're going to continue to try to put it inside or take the ball to the basket. And Raja Bell doing a good job of staying in front of Stephon Marbury there. Doesn't quite get the turnover. Knicks get it outside, but Raja doing a good job of moving his feet, keeping Stephon from penetrating all the way to the basket.
I mean, that's a heck of a defensive play when you think about it. I mean, as strong as Marbury is, and Raja hung in there with him now. And Larry Brown wants to know what's on the shot clock. They have 10 on the shot clock as they'll inbound from the side. Rizzo will bring it in. Rizzo, who played 1 year at UCLA, second-round pick a year ago. They feel he was a steal in that second round. Out it comes to Marbury. Fry from outside, and Fry doesn't get the bounce. Fighting for it inside is Thomas. Eventually comes out to Nash. Nash ahead to Bell. Bell, three ball. No. And the rebound is cleared inside by Eddie Curry. Suns been out-rebounded down this game, 24-17. Marbury picked up by Bell. Going to dump it in low to Curry. Thomas trying to check him. Curry just bolts inside and muscles in for the basket.
Well, good defense by Curry as Curry continues, wants to get over that left shoulder. Took a shot to the jaw, but Curry's able to complete the play.
Curry with 8 points in the ball game. Knicks up by 2, 48-46. Nash brings it to Thomas. Thomas measures, doesn't get it. Ariza comes down to the rebound. This is the way the game started. Exactly the tempo and the pace the Knicks want. Every trip down the floor, they make you work hard on defense and try to keep you from busting out on the fast break. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Curry from the baseline. You can see why they have missed this guy, the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls are not near as good this year, and one of the reasons is Curry, who last year averaged 16 points for him. Here's Diaw as he kicks it out to Bell. They swing it around. Good ball movement. Suns looking for their first hit here in the second half, and Thomas can't handle it. Another turnover, and that's 9 against Phoenix. Yeah, this reminds you of the start of the game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Knicks continue just banging it inside. Curry showed a little bit of a touchdown there, turning over the shoulder, and then getting the turnover on the other side. Phoenix is just out of sync right now.
6-0 now. The Knicks have outscored the Suns here in the start of the second half. Curry goes in on a spin move, and he'll go to the line. So Curry right now is just doing some damage inside. Big body guy. First high school player ever drafted by the Chicago Bulls, coming out of Thornwood, Illinois. The foul on Thomas, by the way, is his 4th.
Here we see Curry, who's been continually going over that left shoulder. This time, nice little turnaround over the right shoulder, fading away, hits a shot, and the Knicks doing a good job of controlling the tempo every time down. If they can't go right to the basket, they're waiting for their big guys to post up, and they're just pounding the Suns in the paint.
And Curry now with 11 points in the game to go with 5 rebounds. As this Knicks team is picked up for the start of the ball game, just dictating everything right now. So the Suns, who had a 2-point lead, now find themselves down 51-46. Suns had not scored in the second half, and we played almost 3 minutes. Nash outside. Dumps it off to Bell. Bell with the 3. Not going to go. And here comes Marbury on the breakout. 3-on-2. Marbury to Channing Frye. He pulled up kind of mid-everything. He was a betweener on that one. Off it comes now to Bell. And the Suns make a pay at the other end, and they finally break the scoring ice.
Exactly right, Gary. They made him pay for that missed shot, and the Suns, you feel like they're going to have to hit some open jump shot as New York continues to pack in the paint, and they're just allowing the Suns to shoot those outside jump shots.
Marbury brings it over to Robinson. Dan Toney is really working over referee Ed Malloy as Fry now tracks it down. Kicks it out to Fry, swinging around to Marbury. 2 on the shot clock. 1, he had to launch. Good defense that time by the Suns. Here comes Nash the other way. Nash with 6 assists in the ball game. Suns down by 3. Nash kicks to Marion. Marion with the 3. And boy, the Suns are not hitting the threes. They're now 6 of 21.
They're doing a good job of running their break. That time they're in a secondary break, and they just spread the floor, and they're just missing wide open jump shots.
And not only that, Dan, they're 1 and done. I mean, they're not getting any of those offensive rebounds that they got the other night against Golden State. Marbury overshoots that one. Rebounded inside by Curry. He traveled. Make that Fry inside, and so he travels with it. And here comes Barbosa into the lineup now for the Suns. Leandro making his return after spraining that left knee. Didn't look the same in that first half. Maybe this time around he'll be back up to speed as Curry, that time working inside. Coming out of the ball game is Thomas. Thomas with 4 fouls, had to sit down. Nash just left Nate Robinson on his back. he just absolutely left him outside and cuts the lead to 1.
Well, Robinson feels absolutely helpless out there, especially off of pick and rolls. There's nothing you can do. That time, Steve getting all the rim. Good body control, avoiding Stephon Marbury and laying it in.
15 points to the ball game now for Steve Nash. Pass to Fry. Fry loves this shot, and you can see why he hit it. Fry at the start of the night was shooting 53%. And they come down the other way. Diaw, that'll be goaltending. Goaltending against Curry. And the Suns now starting to up-tempo a little bit. They cut it to 1 again.
Well, good recognition by New York on the other side as the Suns were fronting Curry. Big fella Fry came up on the other side, hit that jump shot, and the Suns just got out and ran and forced a up-tempo fast break point.
Marbury will dump it inside now to Curry. 10 on the shot clock. Ariza on the float. That'll be an offensive foul. So all of a sudden now the Suns have stepped it up both offensively and defensively with a chance to take the lead.
Well, that time Barbosa went down to double team, did a good job of getting back, get in front of the charging Ariza that takes the charge. And I'd like to see that of Barbosa. Maybe that'll give his confidence up knowing he can step in there with that knee.
Here's Nash now floating with a left hand off the glass. You can see the Knicks have turned it over 15 times, the Suns 9. Nash with 17 points. Boy, he uses that left hand well. Suns up by 1, 54-53. Their biggest lead has been 3 in this game. Marbury into the corner to Robinson. The lightning quick rookie overshoots it, gets his own shot, but he traveled with it. And it'll give the ball back to the Suns, and coming in is going to be for the first time Maurice Taylor. A big rugged inside player, 7th-year man from Michigan.
We talked about Steve Nash, so good in that paint with that left hand, got all the way to the basket, nobody to stop him, just lays it in.
Robinson fouls Nash. Right now, Nate Robinson is saying, I didn't have this kind of trouble in the Pac-10. All of a sudden, he's realizing why Nash is such a problem outside. He's having all kinds of difficulty right now. He picks up his 3rd foul. Barbosa will inbound. Nash is just working on the rookie.
Well, you got to get up and respect Steve Nash's shot, so you try to get up there and force him, and Steve's so good with the ball, he's just getting around it.
Gets a screen now from Diaw. Out it comes to Marion. Marion into the corner now to Roger Bell. 8 on the shot clock. Bell trying to shake Ariza. 5 on the shot clock. Bell will try one and got it. Nice patience by Roger Bell.
Yeah, and that's not his game. You don't think of Roger Bell as a one-on-one player, but took his time there, then rocked him to sleep and nailed the jump shot.
He has 12 points in the ball game. 5:52 to go here in the 3rd. Nate Robinson swings it over to Ariza. Dumps it in now. Here's Taylor, who just checked into the game. He doesn't get the shot to go. Gets his own rebound, has it batted away. It'll be New York ball. So Taylor, who started his career with the Clippers and was with the Rockets before coming over to trade. Timeout, 5:40 to go. And Roger Bell, a moment ago, sticking one.
Roger, a defensive player, is going to show a little bit of talent. Going to rock him to sleep. Rock him by baby, nothing but net.
Suns up by 3 after leading by 2 at halftime. Here's what's on tap for the Phoenix Suns. Brought to you by Bud Light. Smooth and refreshing. Bud Light, great taste for your great time.
Kidding.
And the upcoming Suns home games Monday, the New Orleans, Oklahoma City Hornets. Then Seattle Tuesday, December 20th. Washington, the Wizards, December 23rd. A couple of days before Christmas, January 4th, then the Sixers come to town. For tickets, call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or log on to Suns.com. Well, Boris Diaw, as you know, is a native of France, and his mother, Elizabeth, is considered to be the finest basketball center in women's basketball history. And she is in attendance tonight. And there she is, Elizabeth and Boris.
Proud mother of Boris. She looks a little concerned. May give Boris a stern talking to after this game.
I tell you what, that would be hard to have your mother be a great player.
Take you out in the back and
I know it. You talk about
beat you in one-on-one real quick.
Talk about some pressure.
Yeah.
Here's Marbury, who's been very quiet this far in the second half after lighting the Suns up for 16 in the first half. And it comes now to Taylor. He thought he was fouled, partially blocked. Now it comes now to Nash. Nash back the other way.
Good recognition by Sean there as Diaw has a handful in there, and Taylor. Sean came over on the weak side and got that block.
Boy, Diaw got pushed down on that play. There was no foul, no call whatsoever. Off it comes to Fry. Fry double pumps. He had to get away from Marion, and now we've got a foul. Marion made him double clutch that shot. They're going to call a foul on Roger Bell. The other end, though, Boris Diaw went hurtling to the floor as he tried to drive in, and that's what Mike D'Antoni is talking about now with Derek Richardson. He wants to know why there was no call at the other end. So Taylor at the free throw line. He played collegiately at Michigan, able to hit the free throw. A guy who is a very powerful player inside. Started a couple of ball games this year for the Knicks. He can cut the Suns' lead to 1. Thus far, they're 9 of 11. The Suns have still not been at the free throw line. Diaw comes down to the rebound. Steve Nash, 17 points, 6 assists. Picked up now by Marbury. Beautiful feed inside, and scoring the basket is Barbosa. Was that well done or what?
Well, good recognition as the Knicks guard switched, and Barbosa just back cut another great pass by Steve Nash. A good body control by Barbosa to lay that in.
That looked like the Barbosa of old, didn't it? As quick as he got to the basket. Backing in now is Channing Frye. Overshoots it. Tipped around. Reese has got it, and Roger Bell gets a jump ball. Bell is a tough guy. I mean, he's got an edge to his game. He gets people upset the way he plays defense.
See Roger down there right in the mix of it, trying to box out, gets that hand on the ball, and then gets under there and ties up Ariza. It's going to be a jump ball. Good play by Roger. And like you said, just one of those guys like Kurt Thomas brings a lot of toughness to this team.
He does. And, boy, they have a tough time with the jump. Eventually it comes off to Barbosa. Feeds Marion just a little too long. Couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, need a little bit more air into there. Too much of a line drive pass. Good idea by Barbosa.
I tell you, Barbosa was playing so well before he went down, averaging 15.7. Had a couple of 20-point games. He was playing the best of his career, and you assume that'll all come back when he gets some confidence back again from that injury. And Ariza's fouled as he goes inside.
Well, we saw that time the Suns go down and double team. Barbosa goes down and double team. Nobody rotated over, and Ariza gets the lane all the way to the basket and gets fouled. And the Knicks continue to try to go to the line as the Suns have been unsuccessful to get into the line.
Marion picks up the foul. That's his third. Marion, a very quiet night tonight with 6 points and 5 rebounds. As Ariza to the free throw line. He is a 49% free throw shooter this year, and he just missed one there.
49.
Could shut your eyes and do that, couldn't you?
Yeah.
So now they are 9 of 13 from the line. Well, the Suns still, as we mentioned earlier, have not taken one free throw. American West record fewest free throws in a half, obviously. You can't get any less than 0, and still not there. And he misses both free throws. So he shot it like a 49%er. Diaw into the corner. Barbosa 3, no. Ariza comes down to the rebound. I tell you what, Larry Brown's teams rebound, play defense, and get physical. Remember the Detroit Pistons? 2 years to the NBA Finals, winning it all in 2004. And there's Marbury now. He's been quiet, Dan, in the second half. Now with 18 points, his first 2 of the second half.
Well, he's been content of throwing the ball in the post and let the big guys go to work. That time just put his head down, got all the way to the rack, and laid it in.
Suns up by 2. Inside, beautiful pass from Nash to Diaw. Diaw's going to be fouled before the shot. Beautifully done that time by Steve Nash. Crawford coming back into the New York attack. And they're going to take Ariza out of the game.
See Stefan here just putting his head down, cradling that ball like a fullback, and nobody from the weak side gets over. Easy bucket for Stefan. And one of those guys that can just take over a game, much like he did the first half. And so far, he's been very unselfish in the second half, trying to get his big guys in the post.
Now, Brown has gone to a 3-guard offense right now. He's got 3 guards in the game. Crawford, Robinson, and Marbury. So he's really gone small now with 3:24 left here in the third quarter. Crawford is going to feed it inside to Taylor. Diaw with the bent elbow, trying to stay with it. 8 on the shot clock. Little jump hook. And Taylor, using the muscle, has tied it up at 58.
Good recognition by Taylor. Nobody came to double team. Took his time. Took 3 or 4 dribbles. Nice little jump hook in the lane.
Marion now is going to set a screen for Nash. Nash out to Diaw. He's got an open look, but you can see from where we were that wasn't going to go. It was wide left. Crawford comes down with it. They played this three-guard offense a lot this year, and it's been very successful for them. As they go now with those three guys outside, Robinson looking in. He's going to try a three and got it. Nate Robinson has given the Knicks a lead. 61-58, a 7-0 run right now by New York. The guys from the Big Apple giving the Suns a real battle here tonight. Nash goes in, left it a little short. He thought he was fouled.
Well, this pace is going right towards where the Knicks want it. They're just taking their time and trying to get into the big guys, taking what the Suns give them. On the other side, New York's playing good, solid defense.
Suns have been out-rebounded right now, 35-23 at this juncture. And there's Marbury missing. Rebound cleared by Nash. Suns ahead to Marion. Marion tried to pass to Barbosa. Marbury was there, picked it off. Marbury back out to Robinson. I'll tell you, Marbury's doing a pretty good job of being unselfish here tonight. He has taken only 17 shots in the game and has distributed the ball very well. Here he goes inside, floats to the hole, and Diaw comes down with a rebound. Boris Diaw with 7 rebounds in the game. Nash to Marion, and maybe that'll get the matrix going. He's been relatively quiet here tonight.
Well, that was just an amazing pass, almost like a quarterback leading his receiver. I didn't see Sean Marion coming down, and Nash just threw it up there. Sean streaking down the center of the court, goes up and slams it in. 13
fast break points for the Suns now. They've cut it to 1. In it comes to Fry. Fry, and he traveled. He traveled with the ball. He tried to shift to that left hand, shuffled the feet. 1:16 left in the half, or I should say third quarter.
Well, the Suns need more basketry like this as their outside shooting continues to be cold. But if they can get out on the break, Nash again with the beautiful pass to a streaking Sean Marion, just throws it up there. The matrix slams it down. The Suns in the battle tonight.
Suns here in this third quarter have been outscored 17-14, find themselves down by 1. Let's take a look at who's getting the job done. Brought to you by Jobbing.com. Local jobs, fresh jobs, real jobs. Find them on Jobbing.com. And back on the job is Leandro Barbosa.
Yeah, the Brazilian blur with a beautiful back cut for a basket. How many B's can I say in one sentence? Good body control by Leandro. You see, he gives up the Nash, then gets the back pick and gets to the basket. Getting the job done, Leandro. Welcome back, young man.
And the instant offense guy has come in as Barbosa sits down. Eddie House. House is in the house. As here comes now Roger Bell, picked up by Marbury. Suns down by 1. They led by 2 at half. Diaw kicks it out. House comes right off the bench and sticks it through. How about this guy?
Well, beautiful play. That's the play we've seen a lot in the recent games with Diaw and Marion on the pick and roll. Usually Diaw throws the lob to Marion. That time the Knicks helped on Sean, and Eddie House popped up for the wide open shot.
Boy, Eddie House, what an asset he is. 11 points for the game. Then it comes to Fry. Fry leaves it short. Rebound by Sean Marion. Brings it ahead to House. So we mentioned House in the last 6 games has averaged 15 points at home. And tonight already the 11 points, and he's played only 10 minutes. Here he goes again, and the crowd chanting Eddie, and they'll continue to do that as he hits another 2.
Well, he brings this crowd to his feet, and like you said, they were chanting his name, and he knows what to do when he gets it. He just lets it go.
James Jones in now right now defensively, comes out on Crawford. They have about 3 seconds difference between the game and the shot clock. You can see the Suns again, a good production for the bench, and 4 of those coming just a moments ago by House, and then Nate Robinson hits a 3, and we're tied.
Well, that kid's got an impressive looking jump shot there. For his size and his athletic ability, he can really pop that outside jumper.
He really does, shooting 36% behind the line as the third quarter's going to come to a close, and so we're dead even with 12 minutes to go. The Knicks outscore the Suns 20-18 in the quarter, and the Suns again battling to control the tempo in this game, to get it the way they want it to go. And as they try to win their 9th in a row, Dan, they've got their work cut out.
Well, the Knicks have the score where they want it, but you know what, Gary? We have the house, and I'm going to tell you what, the house is on fire.
We go to the fourth quarter. We're tied for the 8th time. You can see by quarter how this game has started. The Suns started slowly, came back in the second, outscored in the third, and 13 lead changes. Hey, here's your lineup for tonight on FSN Arizona. Stay tuned for your Arizona Sports Report. We'll receive all the highlight scores and post-game coverage after the game. Then after the ASR, stick around for the FSN Pro Football Preview Show. And last but not least, don't miss the best damn sports show period to round out your evening, only on FSN Arizona. So the Suns trying to win their 9th in a row, and this guy is trying to jumpstart him, Eddie House.
Well, in under 11 minutes played, has 13 points, and he did it in the first half, and he's doing it here in the second half. He doesn't need much room, and you know when he brings him in, he wants to get as many shots as he can. Suns doing a good job of finding him, and Eddie doing a good job of getting this crowd into the game and getting some fire underneath these Suns.
13 points in 10 minutes for Eddie House. And the Suns still, Dan, have not gone to the free throw line. As we go to the final 12 minutes.
And I have to say happy birthday to my daughter Mia, who's 5 years old today, probably in bed, but I have to say happy birthday to Mia.
I have a granddaughter 5 years old, and I know how precious they are.
They are the best.
And I'm sure you're a great daddy. Here we go now. House outside, and you know they're going to know where he is. Robinson comes out to try to force him defensively. In it comes to Boris Diaw. And House again. How about this guy? Another two. He is almost automatic.
Well, Dan and Tony, coach of the year, and that's one of the reasons why. Go to your hot hand. They throw it into Diaw. Diaw gets the ball right back to Eddie House for the shot.
Ariza goes back door, and James Jones fouled him. Eddie House has scored the last 6 points for the Suns. Barbosa's coming in now. Roger Bell will sit down, and Marbury is going to come in for Larry Brown.
House is going to get into Diaw and then just run his man off of him. Nate Robinson once again tries to go underneath the screen, and you can't do that on Eddie House. Come on, Nate. You're better than that.
You can't guard me.
Yeah, I'm not going to miss.
Two guys who played in the Pac-10, of course, 61-point game by Eddie House. Nate Robinson had some good games, but certainly nothing to that particular level. Here now is Taylor backing down, kicks it out. Crawford shot clock expiring, and the rebound that'll be stopped because the clock expired, and the Suns will take it outside out. Good defense that time.
Yeah, good recognition by the Suns, knowing the shot clock was running down, went down, double teamed Maurice Taylor, threw it out to Crawford, couldn't get it up in time. Shot clock violation.
Barbosa, Marion, Eddie House, Boris Diaw, and James Jones in. So Nash sitting down, resting up for the stretch run. Out it comes to House. Here he goes again to the two. This one he misses. He is human. Rebound is cleared by Crawford. Brings it out to Ariza. We played a minute here in the fourth quarter. Taylor dumps it in low. And Channing Frye with a jump hook, a left hook. Couldn't get it to go. House back the other way. Into the corner. Barbosa to Jones. Jones goes in. Off the glass. No, but Marion. Beautiful. Followed by Sean Marion.
And I like that move by James Jones. You haven't seen that too many times this year. He puts the ball on the floor, gets all the way to the basket, misses the shot, but the Matrix there to clean it up.
And the Matrix a double figure. 10 points. Look out. Here comes Marbury. He figures down. This is my time. 68-66. Suns by a deuce. Off it comes now to Barbosa. Marbury trying to stay with him. They double team the ball, swing it around. Here's Jones again with the three. He got it. James Jones. Proud to own the three-point zone. And Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns Charities.
That's what I like about Eddie House. Even though he's hot, he gave up, made the extra pass to wide open James Jones.
So Jones created for him, and then House returned the honors. There's a pass inside, and Taylor falls down. It'll be Suns ball. And we're going to have a change now. Butler's going to come back in. Let's go back to the tip-in by the Matrix.
Yeah, James Jones putting the ball on the floor, gets to the basket, lays it in, and nobody picks up Sean Marion. Right down the middle, lays it in.
Suns now with their biggest lead of the game because of this shot by James Jones.
Well, if you throw up enough of those shots, the Suns have definitely thrown up enough threes. Some are going to go in. Somebody besides House hits one.
7 of 23, the Suns behind the line. 71-66. Suns trying to win their 9th in a row, 8th in a row at home. Diaw facing Butler, who just checked in. Diaw goes inside. They're going to call an offensive foul because he pushed off with his offside arm that time.
Well, good call by Jack Niza as Diaw gets to the basket, but used that off arm to clear an avenue to get that shot up. You see here, goes right, goes hard to the hole, but uses that left arm to clear out the defender. Good call.
That's only the first foul on Diaw. The only guy in foul trouble really is Thomas with 4. Marion does have 3. Into the corner comes to Crawford. Crawford has not shot the ball that much tonight. 1 of 4. Into Butler, he walked with it. Really surprising substitutions here by Brown. He played Taylor for a long time. Now he has Butler in there. You would assume that he'd come back with Curry here pretty quick.
Yeah, they keep trying to go to those big guys, and the big guys are down there turning the ball over every time, whether it's charging or traveling, and kind of surprised not to see Stephon try to take this game over. He's been hot.
That's 21 turnovers. You're talking about in the last 7 games. The Knicks have turned it over 14 a game, but tonight, not so, and now the Suns turn it over. House tried to feed Diaw inside. That'll be 13 against Phoenix. A lot of time left in this one. We approach 9 minutes to go. Crawford inside, and we're going to have a foul as Marion pushed off on Fry as he tried to go across the middle.
Well, they're really going to that rookie down low. They look for him a lot, and he's put up a lot of shot attempts. Haven't been very successful down there as far as making it, but still trying to get position, and you can see why they like this young kid.
Yeah, he's taken 17 shots, Dan. He's hit 4 for 8 points. He has 9 rebounds in the ball game. Crawford going against House. Oh, beautifully done. That was a floater inside, and it's a 3-point game. 71-68. Barbosa picked up by Marbury. They switch now. They have an open man, Marion. They go over quickly. Marion to the hole, and the Matrix goes flying in for 2.
Good decision by Sean. Turned down that 3, using his athletic ability, and got the glass. Made a tough shot.
It's the 4th quarter. It's Sean Marion time now. Here's Marbury going in, a little floater, and Marbury cuts it back to 3.
That's what I expect to see Stephon trying to take this game over. He is hard to stop when he gets in that lane.
Yeah, he just kind of was biding his time there in the 3rd quarter, distributing the ball, and now he figures this is his game. He has 22 points. Baseline, House, a 2. Rebound is cleared by Stephon, ahead quickly to Butler. Butler to the trailing Ariza. He can't come up with it. Marion does instead. The Knicks don't run the fast break very well, do they?
Well, not with Butler leading it, as he made a tough bounce pass there. Couldn't handle it.
Jones can't hit it. Diaw rebounds it, and Butler's fouled him.
And we're going to the line.
Finally, with 7:58 to go, Sean Marion is starting to impact the game.
Well, like he said, this is his time. Takes the ball to the basket. The Matrix tough off the glass.
Well, the Suns are finally going to go to the free throw line, and our Spirit of Service stat of the game is brought to you by Quest, where service makes all the difference. Look at this, Dan. Fewest free throw attempts by an opponent, Seattle in 1976, and the Suns' fewest was 6 against Sacramento in 2001.
Inconceivable.
Unbelievable. So here we go. Suns at the line with a 3-point lead, 73-70. Suns, of course, getting ready to go to Clipperland tomorrow, and if they'd win tonight, they'd be in a dead heat with the Clippers with a 13-5 record atop the Pacific Division. These Knicks, on the other hand, they'll go home, and they'll play Milwaukee on Monday. Diaw at the line.
These Knicks have turned the ball over 21 times and only have 7 assists and down 4.
So the Suns 1 of 1 from the free throw line. If you're wondering about the Knicks, they've attempted 14 and they've hit 9. And Diaw takes the trip to the line and cashes it in for 2. Mike D'Antoni's team realizing it's hard to keep these winning streaks going. Last year they won 11 straight. They had a 9 and a 7-game winning streak. At the start of the night they were at 8. Here's Butler backing in. I'm amazed they're playing Butler so much. He misses a shot. Rebound, fought for. It'll be kicked out, and New York gets it back. Stephon Marbury with Roger Bell. Going to track him now. Out to Fry. Fry face-up jumper, not there. Diaw battles for the ball. Comes up with a good hustle by Boris.
Well, Fry not shy. 4 for 18 here tonight. Continues to let it go.
Well, he's played very well this year. We mentioned averaging 15 points a game, shooting 53%. 3 consecutive 20-point games this year, 7 total. In the corner now is Roger Bell. Oh, what a big screen by Marion on Marbury. And Bell uses it and wheels in.
Well, Sean really set a pick over there on Stephon. Roger Bell got to the paint. Good misdirection. Came back over his shoulder, made a tough shot.
Biggest lead of the game now, up by 7. Inside 7 to go. Marbury quickly cuts that down.
Yeah, what a pretty play. Went up, was denied by Raja Bell. Backdoor, beautiful pass, laid it in.
Marbury with 24 points. Nash outside now. Crawford is being run through a gauntlet as he tried to save defensively what Nash is doing. The ball doesn't go. Butler comes down to the rebound. Crawford outside. Crawford is one of those guys you got to fear. He gets a hot hand. Look out. Rebound by Barbosa. Good job by Leandro. Out it comes to Nash. Nash surveys the court. Off to Bell. Three. It's good. Raja Bell with the 3-ball. And Bell proud to own the 3-point zone. And Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns charities. And Larry Brown calls a timeout.
Yeah, one of the few times the Suns have been able to get the ball off the board and get out and run to a wide open 3-pointer for Raja Bell. Like you said, Larry Brown trying to stop those momentum, calls an immediate timeout.
80-72, biggest lead of the game.
Nash gets it out, throws a nice bounce pass cross court to Raja Bell, wide open, knocks it in, rings the bell. The Suns building a little bit of a cushion.
Suns have been 2 of 3 from behind the line and now lead by 8. Hey, don't miss out on this opportunity, Suns fans. The Phoenix Suns and Whispering Hope Ranch are auctioning off an autographed game-worn jersey and shoes from every Suns player. Just log on to Suns.com to bid. The auction runs until January 12th, with all proceeds benefiting Whispering Hope Ranch. The best of luck. So the Suns are out and running again, and Steve Nash, who's the best.
Well, they do such a good job of running to spots. That time Raja Bell runs to the spot. Nash with a pinpoint pass, gets his 9th assist of the game. Raja Bell his 17th point, and it's exactly what the Suns need to get this crowd into it. Get out there in the fast break and get up some shots.
We're almost halfway through the 4th quarter. Nate Robinson's in the game. You can see the fast break points, 15-0, and that just shows you again the difference in style. The Knicks want to slow it down. The Suns want up tempo. Butler moving inside, kicks it out to Robinson. 6 on the shot clock. Off to Butler again with 3. They're going to have to shoot it. Crawford with 1, and good defense by the Suns. Here comes Nash the other way. Steve Nash having another typical night. 17 points, 9 assists. Picked up by Robinson. He and Diaw looking for the 2-man game. Now used the screen by Marion, and Butler jumps out and fouls Nash. Nash is just running everybody through those screens.
Good discipline there by Nash. Took his time, that time on the pick and roll. Big fella for New York. Butler comes out too aggressive, bumps him, gets called for the foul.
So now we have a little trouble here with the shot clock. It's malfunctioning, if you will. One of the numbers is not working, so Ed Malloy, the official, over talking to the scorer's table. With 5:39 left to go, the Suns in this quarter now have outscored New York 16-8. Brilliant. This is one of your lines.
I smell cheese.
I couldn't figure out what you were talking about the other day. Now I saw.
When do you ever know what I'm talking about?
Well, I mean, I didn't know they were putting the cheese on. Now, what's this? Is this going to count, or is this offensive interference?
Well, he tried to throw an alley-oop to Marion, and he threw it right in the basket.
Yeah, he did, and obviously that's not going to count. They'll take it side out. I got to see this again. Look at it.
Raja trying to throw that lob to Marion, and throws it right in the hoop.
Reminds me of one of your shots before the start of the half, except you do it with your back to the basket.
It's too easy, the other one.
Here's Fry now, picked up by Marion. So the basket did not count, still an 8-point game. They double-team the ball out of Marbury's hands. That's deflected. Robinson can't hang on. Again, good defense. The Suns' defense has really been a big difference this year. They've held 9 straight teams to less than 100 points, and they're going to do it again tonight.
If you're going to trap somebody, that's how you trap them. Be very aggressive. Get in there, get your hands up. That time Marbury had nobody to throw it to, and they throw the ball away.
Nash now with Robinson on him. Out to Sean Marion. Diaw with 9 on the shot clock. Jump stop. Holds up. Brings it out to Nash. Nash with a 2. And Butler is able to position himself for the rebound. Out it comes to Marbury. Marbury swings it to Crawford. Crawford off balance. Circus shot. It counts, and he'll go to the line.
Circus shot is right. Caught the ball, went hard to the basket, got fouled, and just threw it up off the glass. Happened to go in. So here, just going to be very aggressive, using his speed on Leandro. Goes up, knows he's got fouled, and throws it up off the glass, and lucky enough to go in.
Changes now. Marbury's coming out of the game. Butler's coming out of the game. Curry has come in. Taylor's come in. And Kurt Thomas, who's been in foul trouble so much tonight, he's played only 22 minutes. Comes in, and he'll be playing with 4 fouls. Crawford at the line. Crawford has 7 points. Makes the 3-point play, and it's a 5-point game. 80-75. Steve Nash has played 32 minutes. Both Diaw and Marion have played 40 at this juncture. 4:40 left to go. Nash going inside. In the corner. Marion 3. No. And the rebound cleared by Taylor. Taylor brings it outside. So Taylor, a big hoss inside, coming up with another rebound. Robinson outside. We've got an offensive foul away from the ball on Jamal Crawford. Pushing.
Yeah, he saw it the whole way. Again, Raja Bell being very physical down there, and Crawford trying to get away, just extended his arms and pushed Raja out, got caught, and it's called for the foul.
I'm going to tell you, if you play against Raja Bell, sooner or later you're going to get irritated, aren't you? He just stays in your face all the time. Suns need a basket, up by 5. They have a switch now into Thomas. He's almost fouled by Curry, had his arm around him. Here's Nash baseline, feeds it out to Diaw, and Diaw can't get the shot to go. Crawford comes down with a rebound.
I know that's Steve's game. He loves to get guys involved, but again, there's another shot I thought he could have got up and under and laid it in, but always looking to get his teammates involved.
I agree with you. Now Robinson scores, and all of a sudden it's a 3-point game. We're going to have a delay of game warning against New York. As after the basket, Robinson wouldn't give up the ball. It's a 5-0 run now by the Knicks.
Robinson perfect here tonight, 6 for 6.
He's a good player. Nash now trying to shake Nate Robinson. Goes inside again, creates outside to Marion. Marion floating, that'll send him to the free throw line. Ariza got a piece of it. So the Suns, who have taken 2 free throws, will go to the line for the 3rd time. Tell you what, this Knicks team, some of that toughness from Larry Brown showing down the stretch here.
Well, you know they're going to play hard, and they're just packing it in and trying to keep the Suns off the line and make you beat them from the outside.
That shot finds him up. Larry Brown, 22 years as a coach in the NBA. He was fired as a coach with the Pistons, agreed on a $7 million severance package. He had $18 million left on the contract, and New York was more than happy to hire him. So now it's 82-77. The 2 free throws by Marion. Suns 4-4 from the line. Crawford brings it out to Robinson. Crawford trying to feed it in, does to Taylor. Taylor backing into Diaw, little jump hook, not there. Rebound, 5-4, good rebound by Sean Marion. Marion now is 1 rebound short of another double-double. That would give him 14 on the year. Nash outside, gets it to Thomas. Kicks it back out to Steve. Steve working so hard right now. Trying to get away from Robinson. Robinson able to check in that time. 3 on the shot clock. Steve had to put 1 up, and the shot clock expires. Suns did not get a good look that time.
New York playing that physical defense, but you got to give it to the Suns. They're playing a different brand of ball here tonight and winning more on their defense than their offense. Last year you couldn't say that. They want to go out and score everybody, and this year you're seeing a team that's really pride themselves on being a good defensive team, and they're going to need to continue to play good defense to win this game.
Suns up 82-77. Well, this has been retro night. The Suns going back to their retro jerseys. So let's go back to the All-Star game in 1975. Walt Clyde Frazier was there to play in the old Veterans Memorial Coliseum. He scored 30 points in the ball game. And Frazier, a 6-time All-Star, and of course involved in those NBA championships for the New York Knicks. And he is now the color commentator for the New York Knicks. Guy could flat play, couldn't he, Dan?
A little before my time, but I believe you.
little before your time. Well, let's look at your time. There was a play that...
There's Walt.
See Walt now. There's a play that was during your time. We're going to show you a play of Thunder Dan against 7'6" Manute Bol. Here it is. You take it away, Mr. Marley.
Back in my rookie year at the Madhouse in McDowell, I climbed the ladder. Joe Forte waves it off, says offensive foul. I got the mullet going right there. I said, what? Crazy. Come on, Manute.
I tell you what, you remember when Manute Bol came in here and started shooting all those threes that one night?
I know, it was amazing. It was the ugliest thing I ever seen. Made a lot of them.
Looked like a praying mantis coming down the floor, and he hit every one of those shots. Here's Marbury from outside. Look out. Look out. Marbury makes it a three-point game. He now has 26.
Yeah, used that strong body, got some separation from Raja Bell, nailed the jump shot.
2:21 left to go. Off to Diaw. I'll tell you, Robinson's really making Nash work hard. And Nash is returning it. And now Robinson is decked by Kurt Thomas. That'll be 5 on Kurt. As Thomas trying to set a screen. And Robinson goes down. He's yelling now at Kurt Thomas. But the Knicks will get the ball with 2:12 left to go.
Kurt just being a little bit too aggressive, trying to get Steve Nash open. He's a little bit of that New York mentality and nails the rookie right upside the head.
Boy, Thomas hasn't played very many minutes. 24. He's been so much foul trouble. 2 points, 9 rebounds. Robinson kicks it out to Crawford. 2 minutes left to go. Crawford floats, doesn't get a big rebound by Kurt Thomas. I mean a big one. That's 10 for the night. Nash into the offensive end. Less than 2 minutes to go. The Suns up by 3. Suns trying to move their record for the year to 13-5. 9-4 at home. Bell from outside the 3, not there. Thomas comes down with it. He'll bring it out. They'll reset and take some time.
Great job by Kurt. Positioning himself, get that offensive rebound, has the presence of mind just to throw it out, run some more clock.
I'll tell you what, Kurt's gotten that 1 foul, but he's gotten 2 huge rebounds. You can see offensive rebounds. The Knicks leading the Suns 9-7. Marion turnaround jumper not there. Rebound by Taylor. Big trip down the floor for the New York Knicks. A minute 14 to go. They swing it over now to Crawford. Crawford into Taylor. Diaw trying somehow to stay with him. 8 on the shot clock. Taylor double team. Left it short. Good defense. And Nash comes up with it.
Well, great defense. Suns didn't want to double team. Diaw forced him into a tough jump shot. Steve Nash comes back, gets the rebound. Now they're going to run some more clock off. They want to get a good shot here.
Crowd on their feet. Nash has it batted away by Robinson. Boy, Robinson has been pesky out there. He's bleeding. He thought the ball went off of Nash. It'll be Suns ball with 11 to shoot.
Steve was trying to get somebody over, get a pick and roll. Nate almost reached in and got the steal.
Nash now uses a Diaw screen. And he'll try one from 3. And the rebound is cleared by Curry, who's come in now for crunch time. Marbury's going to call a timeout with 31 seconds left. A 3-point game as Larry Brown wants to diagram a play right now.
Well, Nash got a pretty good look at the 3, just couldn't knock it down. New York controls the backboard. Larry Brown says, I want a timeout. He's going to design a play for, you got to believe, Stephon Marbury.
Suns with the lead, but the Knicks with a basketball. 31 seconds left in this game. Hey, the Phoenix Suns and the Phoenix Zoo are lighting it up this holiday season. Purchase a minimum of 4 tickets to any Suns game in December and receive a free Zoo Lights ticket with every Suns ticket purchase. To enjoy your $32 savings, visit Suns.com or call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS. All right, Coach Marley, what is Coach Brown saying right now?
Well, get it in and take it right to the basket. Try to get it quick, too, and then you have plenty of time to try to stop the Suns again and then go for another basket. So there's no need for a 3 here. If I'm Coach Brown, I'm getting the ball into Stephon Marbury's hand. I'm going to say, you know what, Steph, one of the strongest, quickest point guards in the league, take it to the rack.
Both teams have a foul to give. The Suns have 2 fulls and a 20 left. The Knicks have 1 full timeout and a 20 left. So, the Knicks, who early in this ballgame led by as many as 12 and lost the lead at halftime. Suns had been able to build an 8-point lead. Now find themselves in danger of maybe getting this game into overtime.
Well, the Knicks have stuck to their game plan. They wanted to slow down the tempo and control the game, and that's exactly what they've done. They've given themselves a chance here in the fourth quarter.
Crawford will inbound. Marbury and Robinson down low on this inbound. Out it comes to Stephon, and they have 17 to shoot. Marbury drives in, and he's going to be fouled. Now, they had that foul to give.
Really surprised Stephon didn't throw that ball up on the basket.
Yeah, I am too.
With so much headier player than that. Instead of throwing that pass out, they're going to take it on the side right there. I thought he was going to throw it up on the glass and go to the line.
So now the Suns cannot commit any more fouls, or they'll send the Knicks to the line. Out it comes to Marbury. Marbury, Diaw, they switch out. Marbury to the hole, can't get it. Rebound is cleared by Thomas. Boy, has Thomas done yeoman work. 3 huge rebounds in the last minutes of this game.
Not a very good shooting night for Kurt Thomas, but that's not what we have him for. He's his toughness and his rebounding here. Stephon going to attack Diaw, get to the basket, throws it up. Kurt, good job of getting that rebound. Steph fouls him right away. Kurt's got to knock. But that have a foul to give, so the Suns going to take it out of bounds.
That's right. That is now puts both teams over the team foul limit. But what a job by Kurt Thomas. Diaw now looking to get it in. He may have to call a timeout, and he does. Let's see if they take the full. They will. They'll have a full and a 20 left as we have 20 seconds left in this game.
Well, the Knicks, knowing that Steve Nash, one of the better free throw shooters in the league, double teamed and didn't allow Diaw to get the ball to him. Good job by Boris of calling a timeout.
So we'll come back and we'll finish it up from the Purple Palace. Suns had to use the timeout. Now they'll move the ball into the offensive end after the timeout. So now the 3-point lead. You got to figure the Knicks will go for the steal, Dan, and then commit the foul if they don't get it.
Definitely, they're going to try to deny, obviously, Steve Nash the basketball. Probably Randall Barbosa came in, who's also a good free throw shooter. And if they don't get the steal right away, make a hard foul.
Roger Bell will inbound now. Suns trying to perpetuate this winning streak. Bell brings it into the corner. Barbosa's going to be fouled. And the basket obviously will not count as Malik Rose over there to foul him. Now Barbosa's an 81% free throw shooter. As now Curry will come back in for New York, as will Channing Frye. And Barbosa with a free throw here could really give the Suns a great boost.
Yeah, tough situation for Leandro. Been out all those games. Hasn't played a whole lot here tonight and just thrown himself into a clutch situation. Needs to hit a free throw.
So Barbosa at the line. He can make it 2 trips down the floor if he can get one of those. We mentioned there's his average at 81% on the season. And he got it.
Cool as the other side of the pillow.
As the other side of the what?
Pillow.
Pillow.
I pronounced it pillow.
Well, I wondered. French that you've been speaking lately has changed your diction a little bit. I've noticed that. So Barbosa's now with the second one, and he's not able to get that one. But the first one was a huge one. Timeout, New York. And so a 4-point game with 18.6 seconds left. So the Suns trying to go to their 9th straight win. It has not been easy. It's been a battle from the get-go. 19 seconds left to go, and thanks to David Hughes, our producer, Dan Siegman, our director. Suns, of course, heading to Los Angeles to meet the the Clippers tomorrow night. As the Suns trying now to get another stop. Side out comes Crawford to inbound it for the Knicks.
They don't want any quick baskets here. Do a good job of trying to make New York work for everything they get here. Nothing straight to the basket.
There's a ball deflected to Curry. Curry has it batted away from behind. They bring it back. 13 seconds left in the game. Marbury to the hole. And now it's an 83-81 game with 10 seconds left to go. Again, they'll go for the steal, and they'll try to get the foul, and they're going to foul the number 2 free throw shooter in the NBA, and Steve Nash, who's shooting 96%.
And Nash did a good job of getting open there as the Knicks double-teamed him, still able to break free and secure the ball, and there's one guy you want at the line. This is it.
And so Nash to the line for the first time tonight. Again, they've had only 6 free throws in this game. They've hit 5. So Nash hits that one. 84-81. Rose coming into the ball game now. Crawford will come out. Larry Brown trying to maneuver here with 9 seconds left in the ball game. Nash with 18 points in the game. Larry Brown will get this thing turned. I mean, the Knicks, they've had so many road games. They'll get back to Madison Square Garden, and they'll be a handful. Nash got them both. And now the Knicks use their final timeout, a 20-second timeout. 85-81. And thanks to Tom Delnos, our statistician, and Sheila Simpson, our stage manager. Interesting ball game tonight. And, you know, Dan, as you well know, when you're in a winning streak, you have to win games like this. It has not been easy.
No, it's been ugly. But the Suns are finding ways to win. And like I said, last year, they mainly outscored other teams. Tonight, a New York team came in, did a good job of controlling the tempo, and the Suns found a way to win. Hopefully here, Eddie House did another good job out off the bench. Other guys stepped up. So in this situation right now, the Suns want to make sure they don't foul. Stay away. Don't let them have to get a quick basket, but no stupid fouls. Keep the clock running.
Suns trying to win their 4th straight game over the Knicks. They swept the season series last year. Suns trying to win their 10th game in their last 11 outings. Crawford will inbound. Brings it out to Robinson. Robinson, a long three. Not there. Marion tried to rebound it. It'll be off the Suns. Boy, they had to hit
Nash
that
is
three.
making me nervous jumping up in the air like that with a guy shooting a three.
I know.
It's a 4-point play.
Wouldn't that have been something? Now with 4 seconds left, the Knicks will inbound. In it comes to Fry. Fry will try a 2. Marion's got it, and the Suns have won it. Phoenix wins it 85-81. And Marion ends up with a double-double with 14 points and 10 rebounds. And the Suns have won 9 in a row. Dan, enjoyed it.
All I got to say is holla.
Our next Suns game on FSN Arizona's Monday against the New Orleans, Oklahoma City Hornets. Suns countdown starts at 6:30 p.m. Now for a complete look at what's happening in the Arizona sports scene, including much more from the Suns win. It's time now for the Arizona Sports Report from Bob Fasella and Sandy Williams.